Most people have heard of the saying, knowledge is power. For years, I believed this quote and constantly sought knowledge to become more powerful. I saw knowledge as power, I saw power as success, but knowledge alone isn't enough. Imagine in your home having to pay an electricity bill every month, but living in darkness. This would be very weird because all you have to do is make sure that there's a light bulb in the light and make sure that you flip the switch. Knowledge is nothing without execution. Execution is truly the key to success. And to acquire success, you need certain knowledge. To execute effectively, you have to understand what to do, why it matters, and how to do it. Many of us struggle with the how. Welcome to the Reflections Podcast, where we replay our wins and losses so that we can build more winning seasons. My name is Antoine, and in today's episode, we're talking about what, why, and how, the formula for success. Lego. So execution is the key to success. To execute, you need to understand what to do, why it matters, and how to do it. And for many of us, we have struggled with the how for so long. Let me tell you a little story about me. When I was around 7 or 8 years old, I received a letter from my dad. At the time, he was in prison or incarcerated in prison, whatever. He was locked up. And in this letter, he shared with me that he needed me to be the man of the house and to take care of things while he was gone. At 7 years old, I was now given a mission to do something. I knew what the mission was. I kind of even knew why he was saying it, but I really didn't understand how because I hadn't seen him as an example to do what he was asking me to do, which definitely made it more challenging because it's like now I am 7 or 8 years old. Now I'm trying to figure out how to be a kid, how to enjoy life, how to do well in school, how to meet mom's expectations, how to do whatever I need to do, but then also living up to the expectation to be the man of the house and be a protector or even a provider for my siblings. This is an interesting feat, being that I'm 7 or 8 years old. Here's the thing. That was stuck in my head. I internalized this thought of like, well, your goal or your success or what you shall reach is aligned with what you were told to do. I internalized this. I made this kind of my mission. I made this my goal. I made it the thing that says, hey, you've got to win once you've achieved this. But I didn't know how to be successful at that. The truth is there are many books about what and why. But there aren't as many books that give truly practical ways of the how. And the reason I don't believe that the books give a practical way of the how is because in theory, a lot of these books are telling us how to do it, but not taking into consideration that in order to do it the way they are saying to do it, we have to reshape our minds and turn off some of the old thinking so that we can become what it is. It's really difficult to retrain your mind, but transformation of the mind is necessary. So today I want to give a few practical things that I hope will help you and that you can visualize in a way that works for you that will allow you to achieve success. Now, in order to achieve a success, man, that word didn't want to come out. In order to achieve success, we have to understand what success is. By definition, success is the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. The accomplishment of an aim or purpose. So for many years, I saw winning as the championship. I didn't celebrate the individual games. I didn't celebrate the small stuff. I felt that success was winning it all, which was now understanding it was a stinking thinking to not realize that success isn't the end all be all. Success is the journey. Success is achieving things along the way and also celebrating them. So as a kid, my goal in life was to do better than my dad, to achieve success that he didn't achieve, to make something happen. But I still never celebrated the accomplishments, even in my personal life. The great things that come from success start from the inside. The great things that will become start in the inside. There are external factors to success, but the key to success is executing, but it requires you to change on the inside. So success is the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. We're just trying to get somewhere. So my first point to get to success, or the how, is to adjust our mindset. Success starts with a belief that something is possible. It's a belief that your aim or purpose is where you're trying to go and it is possible. It requires this positive thought that says, where I want to go is possible. But it also says that I know that the end outcome of success, it may be a series of failures and lessons that get me there, but I have to have a mindset that says, I don't just celebrate at the end, I celebrate the progress. Our mindset, like I think I've talked about in another session, when we transform our mind to think differently, to think in a different form, to renew our mind, to reset our mind, we can then start to pursue what's really for us. Some of us have been trapped in trauma. Some of us have been trapped in stinking thinking. Some of us have been trapped in the way things used to be, that we can no longer really accept the way things need to be. So, first, take time to figure out what is your mind set on, and then determine if it is set on the thing that will get you the result that you desire in your life. So, is your mind set on what you want to achieve? Is your mind set on your aim or your purpose? If it's not set on your aim or your purpose, that's the first step, to set an aim, set a purpose, and have your mind set on those things. The next thing is milestones and micro wins. Here is the thing. I am notoriously bad at creating milestones and celebrating the micro wins. Micro wins are just small wins on the way to the final destination. So here's how I see it, and this is how I would propose you do it. In this milestone, we're going to think of it as like a GPS, where the end game or the success is making it to the destination. But in a GPS, it doesn't just say leave your house, show up to the destination. It gives you individual steps. Hey, in 300 feet, turn right. Whichever GPS you have, it may say it a different way, but it's giving one direction at a time. So you have your mind set, and then you say, let me create milestones that I'm going to celebrate the wins. Imagine when you make that left turn, celebrating, hey, I made one turn, I got to the next point. Now, after this left turn, I'm going to drive for 15 miles and take exit 15. You're going to drive those miles. It will take longer than that first 300 feet, but you're still progressing towards that. Once you are on that road and consistent, be able to celebrate the micro wins. I completed the left turn. Now I've driven the 15 miles. Now I'm about to take my next thing. So we need a GPS for our success. First starts with setting our mind, setting the destination, our mind set on the destination. Then looking at the individual, or creating a map to the individual steps. Well, I want to accomplish this much money. Well, what do I need to do to do this money? I need to create a product. I need to create a service. I need to create an opportunity. Then I need to do this. Create some steps and celebrate each one of those steps. I'm staying on this point way too long. Let's move forward. The next step is to build momentum. Once you have your mindset, after that, you've created some steps. Now, as you do what you're supposed to do, you're building momentum, you're building speed, you're getting from 0 miles per hour to 10 miles per hour and going from there. Some of us want to jump out and go to 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. Success doesn't always look like the 0 to 60 car. It doesn't look like that when we are having to pursue something that is further away than um, what we expect. It's further away than just getting there in 6 seconds. So the momentum says, I'm cruising, I'm moving forward, I have the knowledge that I need, I'm growing knowledge, I'm learning for each step of the way. Now, here's the thing. Let me go back to the milestones. Sometimes as you're going those directions, you will make a wrong turn and you will have to be rerouted. And in that rerouting, you're still going to get to the destination, but the rerouting is sometimes like our lessons or our losses or our failures. We can still get to the destination even with failures. We just have to continue to remember to reroute. And then sometimes that rerouting will take our momentum down, but we just have to get back up and reset that momentum. Like, imagine momentum like this. You're driving, you get to a stop sign. You have to stop to make this turn. Then you have to build back up your speed to do it. It's okay to build up your speed. It's okay to say, you know what, we can't go 60 miles per hour on this. This street is only 45. Sometimes you'll have to get slower, but you're still going to get there. So, momentum. Next is mentorship. On your road to success, you can't do it alone. Some people have tried to do it on their own. I've tried to do certain things on my own, and I realized that on my own did not work. On my own did not get me the outcomes, but I had to. Some of my students, sometimes when we do group work, they tend to want to do it alone because they don't like having to deal with what somebody else may or may not do. Because in their mind, they're like, if I just do it myself, it'll get done. I ain't got to wait on Andrew to do this. I ain't got to wait on Monique to do this. I ain't got to wait on Pearl to do this. I can just do what I need to do. Now, though that may be true in some cases, sometimes you need to do it with people or get guidance. So the mentorship may be guidance. It may be a friend group. It may be working together with people that say, hey, we got your back. Don't do it alone. Get the help that you need. Seek the help that you need, even when it feels uncomfortable. Vulnerability can be a challenge. It's a challenge for me because for me, I'm that way sometimes where I'm like, okay, I understand it. Let me execute it. But then I realize that the more I try to do alone, the slower my momentum is. All right. So even though I didn't know how to be a man, take care of my siblings, I still was able to accomplish certain things because I was observant. I learned. In the steps that we've talked about today, I believe that anybody can reach success once they do these steps. These steps may look different for each of you, but even with the steps, if you don't execute them, you will not make it to where you want to go. So in your life, you will need to succeed. In your life, you will succeed, if you choose to get your mind set some milestones, build some momentum, and connect with mentorship. It may not even be in that order. This is the logical order for me, but it may not be that order for you. But do your best to set it. Set the mind, set the milestones, celebrate the small wins, get the momentum, and connect with the mentor. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with someone who needs a little motivation. Let's continue this journey to becoming undefeated together. Thank you for joining me on this episode. I'm excited to share more stories, insights, and strategies with you. Together, we'll learn how to replay our wins and losses to build more winning seasons. Until next time, keep reflecting and winning. Peace.